11 East Boston lobster fishermen face eviction at the end of the month from one of the few remaining berths for lobster boats in the Boston harbor. As Marcus Jones reports, these are trying times for the industry that once ruled the Boston waterfront.
In the dead of winter, on the docks of Boston Harbor, lobster fishermen are few and far between. Some do go out and carry on their business, but for most, this is a time to store their equipment and to prepare their boats for the warmer months ahead. At least, that's how it is for those who can afford to look ahead.
Typical price of marina slip here in the harbor is from $75 to $100 a linear foot per season, the season being 6 months. And a lobsterman with a 30-foot boat times $100 is $3,000, and from my experience, lobstermen just can't afford to pay that kind of dockage.
Bill Kenny repairs boats for a living. He doesn't fish, and he's probably lucky that he doesn't, because independent fishermen, particularly lobster fishermen, are being squeezed out of the lucrative waterfront area.
What's the big concern out here for lobstermen these days?
It's lack of available, inexpensive space for tie-up and for storage of their equipment.
Mm-hmm. And how serious is that now?
Well, it seems very serious in view of the recent eviction of several of them from the piers over in East Boston.
Last month, about a dozen lobstermen were ordered off of this East Boston pier by the Massachusetts Port Authority. Officials say Pier 3 is unsafe. The lobstermen agree it's deteriorated, but they believe the sudden evictions have less to do with safety than they do with raising dockage fees.
What's wrong with that pier back there?
There is nothing wrong with that pier right there for storage of light traps like they're on there now. It's not a heavy industrial equipment that's going on there. It's light equipment. The pier's been there for years, and there's nothing wrong with it for them to be using it at this point.
4 years ago, restaurateur Anthony Athanas raised dockage fees at Pier 4 in South Boston, and that forced lobstermen to seek affordable space elsewhere. Some went to the dying Cardinal Madero's for help, and he responded by securing this old South Boston dock from Boston Edison.
Well, when we were having trouble trying to find a spot, we went to the Archdiocese, and the Archdiocese offered to help us. And it was the Cardinal Madero's at the time who told Father Mike Grogan to assist us in any way possible. And we named it after the Cardinal.
As with every other inch of property in Boston, the waterfront is a prime target for developers. Yuppies are the villains here, because it's the catering to their lifestyle that threatens the livelihood of area fishermen.
Well, I believe yuppies, when they sit down to a fish dinner, they think it's factory made. I don't think they know where it really comes from sometimes. But it has to be somebody, a man and a vessel, to go out in that water and catch those fish.
Hey, I wish I could do this every day.
We've been fishing here for years. It's not only a tradition, it's our heritage. We have a right to be here. We have a right to work from the waterfront. And these people like Massport, hotels, restaurants, and other condominium places have no right to kick us off the waterfront. We need it.
For the 10 o'clock news, I'm Marcus Jones.